Good evening, ladies and gents. Welcome to Game 3 of this series to determine who out of Azure and YMC will be going into the lower bracket semi-finals. We don't have a stream currently running, so if you're listening to this, you're either watching the archive or you're in the client. So my name is Coldblood, and helping me to bring this game to you will be Ragnarok. How are you?
Not bad, not bad. Sorry. Just sorting out 30 different things at once right now. But yes, we are into the game. We are into the draft. I am fine. This will be definitely the final game right now. Okay.
Alright, so while you sort out your things, I'll...
That's alright, that's alright.
Oh no, we're all good?
Yeah, we're all good. Anyway, we are into the final game of Young Money Club versus Azure. Young Money Club taking out the first game with some great play from a... Timbersaw as well as a Crystal Maiden and Naga. The second game was taken out, and a surprise pick with the Drow Ranger coming out and beating down on basically anyone she wanted to, coming up to the end of the game and just pushing towers. And we are into game 3. As I said, the bands out so far: Lich and Lifestealer. We have a Venomancer as well as a Centaur.
Yeah.
Really?
I thought it was Magnus for a
Centaur
second, but he's...
Getting banned out. But Centaur got banned out, and the pickups so far, we do have a Crystal Maiden, Nature's Prophet, as well as an Elder Titan and a Timbersaw. So two very tanky style heroes coming out from Young Money Club very early on. Timbersaw, they seem to really love this character and going to them. Elder Titan, one of these heroes that are quite strong with that Astral Spirit. In any lane, basically, and the bonus damage you can get from it is absolutely ridiculous. But a Crystal Maiden, Nature's Prophet, so we might see a little bit of Rat Dota coming out from Azure with the split push of a Nature's Prophet. We do have bans coming out already, a Marana from Young Money Club, a Naga Siren coming from Azure, and now we're on to Young Money Club's final ban of this banning stage, and yeah, wouldn't surprise me. Yeah, there it is, a Puck.
Okay, so they actually had the puck last game, and I thought it worked fairly well for them, honestly. They just couldn't stall for long enough, so they're going to ban that one out for themselves. And Crystal Maiden going to be taken away from them by Azure, so hopefully they can play it as well as GV and Honor to Fight Me did. They played it very well. Rubik going to be locked in. He's been banned out in, I don't think Game 1 he was, but Game 2 he definitely was. And now he will be in this game. He could potentially steal some very strong abilities from the Elder Titan, and of course Young Money Club, they have to keep in mind whoever they pick up, they could be seeing their skills turned against them, so they'll have to be careful. Storm Spirit again going to be banned out, third game in a row, although he's normally banned out last by one of the teams, so not going to be seeing him zipping around. And are you expecting a different strategy coming out here, Rags? Because their first kind of team fight strategy worked quite well. The second one, where they did the 4 protects 1, Eminem did a great job of farming up, but they kind of got pushed back too far for it to work.
Yeah, it seemed like that. But it's going to be interesting to see how they go. They've already got a lot of team fight with the Timbersaw as well as the Elder Titan coming out. Crystal Maiden, the pickup for Azure, they gave it away in the first 2 games, and they've picked it up finally in this last game. Crystal Maiden, one of the strongest supports in the game right now, as well as a Rubik, another one of these very strong supports that can come out of the pool. Basically, he can steal anything he wants, whenever he wants, however he wants, and have it for a limited amount of time. But if he steals something like the Elder Titan's Ancestral Spirit, you're going to have a very hard-hitting Rubik coming out and doing a lot of damage to you. But we do have an Alchemist pickup coming from Young Money Club, so 3 cores being picked up, unless this will be a support Alchemist. I've seen it before quite a few times. But yeah, it's one of these heroes that can farm up very, very quickly, especially with that Grievel's Greed.
Yeah, well, we've seen him in the past, I believe last week in the Tide's Wrath. We saw one that got completely shut down and just got burst through his ultimate, and the other one that I think he got First Blood, he leveled up Grievel's Gold, and he just became an absolute nightmare, out-farming everyone by a long shot, so we'll have to see which one makes an appearance here. Clockwork, again, going to be locked in for Azure, probably going to be headed over to Narcotic. He was very strong in the last game, managed to kill Eminem at a crucial moment in the game, and then get stuck for about 5 minutes while his courier respawned.
It was only a little bit. It wasn't 5 minutes. It was
okay,
only a little
I
bit
exaggerate.
You do. You exaggerate quite a bit. But now the Disruptor being picked up by Young Money Club this time, instead of going to Azure, Disruptor doing quite a good amount of work, locking people in walls, dropping down that static storm, and being able to glimpse back the
10
people at the
seconds to
right
go.
times. He did a lot of good work for Azure, and let's see if Young Money Club can use him the exact
5
same way.
seconds.
But we do have final bans now coming out. Azure, the first one to pick out their final ban,
Reserve time.
finally using some of that reserve time that they've had built up there to think about what they want to ban out in this last thing. And I think they're probably talking about whether that Alchemist is actually a support or a carry.
If I had to guess, I would say a carry, but my guess is
I'd
a
guess
shots in the dark. So
I'd guess support because
About
otherwise they're
time.
going to have a 3-core lineup all melee.
yeah,
That's not the best. That's not the best.
yeah.
Wouldn't
Although
surprise me at all if we
if
had
there's a
something-
nice kinetic field and they're trapped in with their enemies, it could work out well for them.
A
I-
Luna, Gyrocopter, or something along those
I,
lines.
I,
is
wa-
gonna
I was
come out.
expecting something with a little bit more global presence from Young Money Club to try and deal with the Nature's Prophet split pushing later on in the game or even early on in the game. And of course, Clockwork with his global flair going to be picked up by Azure. So I'm not really sure what they could go for. They could get something like a Tinker, but probably not. Do you think they're not concerned with it, with picking up the Disruptor? Because he's decidedly a team fight champion who's fairly good in skirmishes. He's not going to be able to stop.
It's one of these semi style counters to Nature's Prophet. I mean, Nature's Prophet has to be very wary of where he TP's in because Disruptor can glimpse him straight
yeah.
back out of a fight. And there's still a 20-second cooldown on that
Radiance band.
that TP to get back in. But we do see a Visage being banned out here. They think they're going to be going for another support, so they're going to be banning out the Visage. Get rid of that. Don't want anything to do with it. And now the final ban from Young Money Club. And if anything, I reckon it could be a
10
mid
seconds to
hero,
go.
possibly.
Yeah, so
Nature's Prophet. Oh,
5
maybe.
they could
Clockwork
go
mid.
for a cheesy split
It'll be
push.
Clockwork mid. 3-core lineup, Clockwork mid for sure.
Reserve
Okay,
time.
so we have
It'll be
seen
another
off-lane Nature's Prophet do very well in the past. I think I've only seen it once, and he was very, very scary until later in the game when someone could just come and one-shot him. I think it was a Kunks, actually. It was pretty funny. He was getting really nice torrents as soon as he started the TP. So, last ban for the Young Money Club. I would love to see a Tinker out of Azure and just be doing all kinds of crazy global stuff. But
Drow Ranger ban. Drow ban.
Drow ban, you reckon?
Drow ban. I reckon Azure should pick it up again. So I reckon it's a Drow ban.
Okay, so
They're
they're
farming Drow again.
they're running out of reserve time, so they're gonna have to decide. Gyro gonna be the ban out. I believe that was played by YMC in game one and quite successfully, I might add. So
It was by the standing Kfini.
yeah, okay, that's fair enough too. So Azure, oh Spectre, that is cool.
Woo!
So
I
yeah,
love
they do
Spectre.
it. They do have a global with the Haunt, and I actually really like her because she's similar to my favorite LoL champion Nocturne, with the Spectral Dagger. And I mean, Dispersion is going to be pretty awesome when everyone's grouped around her doing AoEs and whatnot. So Shadow Demon, they're going to be the carry. So I think you were right, Raze. It's going to be a support Alki. And Shadow Fiend, he is ranged, so he'll be okay. A lot of AoE potential and very strong early on with the damage. What are you thinking about these comps? There's some interesting champions, or interesting
I
heroes
like-
picked up.
I like the Spectre pickup. Spectre, I love the hero. Never usually get to play her because she's not as strong as she once was. But the recent changes that have come down with Haunt, where she can now jump to any illusion at any point that she wants. So basically, you can jump on a support, pick them off, and then Haunt back into one of the carries and start beating down on them as well. Just absolutely amazing that work they can do. But the Shadow Fiend in the mid lane is going to be the big issue that comes out. And I wonder if this could actually transfer
10
over
seconds
to
to
maybe a Prophet in the mid lane with the Clockwork off Spectre,
5
hard
seconds.
farming in the safe lane. But with the carries this style they've got a lot of melee still on the side of Young Money Club, so it's going to be one of these things that's going to see how it works out. They've got 3 melees, as one as a support, 2 as their harder farmers, but as we've seen in the games, that Timbersaw really does not need to worry too much about all his right-click damage. With all the pure damage that comes out from him, he only has one spell that does magical damage, and that is Whirling Death, and Timber Chain and Chakram are both pure damage. So He shouldn't worry about his right click all that much. We will be seeing him probably go for that early Bloodstone like we've seen him do in every other one of these games. But Shadow Fiend, I reckon this is going to be the mid lane Shadow Fiend. Or actually, probably
I,
hard farming Shadow Fiend. It will probably be the Timsaw in mid again.
Yeah, I was. That's what I was expecting, honestly. I thought you were right about the Alki support and Shadow Fiend. I've seen him do very good in the carrying. So, good guys, YMC, waiting for their enemies to all spawn in. So, we'll go through YMC's lineup. It will be Eminem on the Shadow Fiend. He did good job farming last game. We'll have to see if he can translate that into a win. On the Disruptor, we will have you. So, he's finally lost his Timbersaw over to Juljam. So the Elder Titan will be played by GV, and he's not picked up very often because he's banned, so we'll have to see how he goes. XX going to be playing Alchemist. And we have the Timbersaw played by Juljam Jen, who's done a different role every time. And a shout out to Christos, you sexy guy.
Yeah, and we'll quickly go over to Azure. We will have Sidhu playing on that Crystal Maiden. Necoric will be playing on that Clockwork Goblin, and actually in saying that, he's actually going to be jumping into quite a few of them. He is going to get stunned up, but he has got the cogs down right now. We do see an Astral going out, as well as getting,
30 seconds
what is
to
that
go.
spell called? I can't remember. There we go, Thunderstrike. Thunderstriked up, but he will be able to survive. He's going to be able to get out of there with his teeth, but Necrotic going to be played that Clockwork Goblin. We will see Mega. He's playing on top of that Nature's Prophet. Spectre's going to be played by Miguel. Played that Great Drow last game. And Citrus the Great will be playing the Rubik.
Okay, so he's running around with a pretty cool helmet. I'm excited to see the how Miguel goes on the Spectre. He did a good job of carrying last game. XX going to pop a Clarity Pot for himself. He's going to be chased out by a Treant. And Citrus the Great currently blocking creeps in the mid on the Rubik. I'm wondering where he's going to go. It looks like Miguel is going to be up top by himself for the time being. So I think normally Spectre needs some babysitting, at least early on. It looks like Citrus the Great will be headed up. Will be against the Timbersaw. So Spectre's going to be pretty happy with that one. And at the bottom lane we'll have Shadow Fiend. Is that Shadow Demon or Shadow Fiend? Shadow Fiend?
Shadow Fiend.
With the Disruptor and the Alki with him as the Treant, going to scout forward, be chased down by XX. Both of them actually scouting there. Looks like they will be chased away as Eminem going to pick up some souls for his Necro Mastery. And
It looks like in the mid lane we already have a little bit of an engagement here. Necrotic going up against that Elder Titan. Elder Titan that seems to take quite a little bit more damage there than the Clockwork, but he's got no mana left now. But he does have a bottle coming out to him already, so he shouldn't be too issued. But one more cogs in by Clockwork, and he could be in a little bit of trouble right now. Does have a couple of Shed Tangos sitting on him right now, trying to save up. He saved up as much money as he possibly could. Bottle's up now. He's going to be bottling. We do have Clockwork sitting down here. He picked himself up a Stout Shield very early on. Did not want to take too much damage, but he's getting his way onto his own bottle right now. We'll be picking that up at another 100 gold. And this is going to be quite hard for the Clockwork. Just always having to deal with this Ancestral Spirit coming out. And Clockwork will cog him back in again. He's getting hit by the tower, and it's a great cog, and he's actually using Battery Assault, and he will manage to pick up first bug. Cogging in that Elder Titan right next to the tower. Brilliant work coming out from the Clock, just knowing where the tower range was, knowing where the Elder Titan was as well, and being able to get him into a bad position. Here we go, we see Elder Titan coming out, Ancestral Spirit comes straight back out once again, and Clock will just back off a little bit. He's got his own bottle on his way out right now on the career, so he'll be able to heal up and spam out just as much. He's already heading down to the bottom lane, pick himself up a Haste Rune, and this could possibly be another death for the Elder Titan if he's not too careful about it.
Oh, he's going to get sprinted at right now.
Oh, top lane.
Oh, okay.
Crystal Maiden picking up a kill on the Timbersaw. So Timbersaw not having a great start either. We do see him going down very early.
Oh,
as
mid
the
lane.
spray
That was really nicely done by Narcotic. He's going to trap the GV against the cogs. He managed to break one of the cogs down, but Narcotic body blocking him against the wall there. That was really nicely done. Game is paused from Narcotic. Oh, I wonder what's going on. Azure did pause early on. So we'll have a look at the difference in gold earned. It was very far in YMC's favour. and now it's almost 500 in Azure's favor, which early on quite significant. 600 XP as well. So things gone quite well for Azure in this game 3. We'll have to see if they can keep their ingredients under control, though, because that was definitely a contributor to their downfall in the first game.
Yeah, Shadow Fiend down here on this lane right now, having the time of his life. He's got 16 souls already, so he's hitting quite hard. Already hitting for 87 damage, 88 now. Sorry, 89 now. Damage with every soul he keeps picking up. He's got himself 17 souls. Even the denies give him a soul, so he's up to max souls. He's got what's max for level 2? 20. So he's got nearly max souls for his level 2 right now. There we go. He's got him now, so he's hitting quite hard. He's going to be able to clean up these treants quite easily whenever they try to do anything, but it looks like Nature's Prophet's just sending them away. So probably to try and pull behind the tower while he goes back to base, heals up a bit, gets his mana back, and tries and probably by himself
Ring a Basilisk?
Yeah, most likely a Basilisk. This early on, I reckon it's probably going to be a Basilisk, so his trees get a little more armor, the creeps he has have a little more armor, and just make it harder for that Shadow Fiend to try and last hit with all the damage he has. But when you have a look up at this top lane, we've got Timbersaw. He has managed to get himself level 4, but he really doesn't have much farm. He's only got himself 10 creeps so far, and really not enjoying himself right now. It looks like he's going to be trying to pick up one of the centaurs. And we hear another clog somewhere. Where is it? There it is. It's actually on the Alchemist down here in this bottom lane. It does look like he's going to be in a little bit of trouble now. The rotation has come in. He's going to be able to get out just by the skin of his teeth. So 3 heroes coming down for that Clockwork, and Clockwork still manages to nearly kill off that Alchemist. So great work coming in right now by this Clockwork, just doing big work everywhere, and he's going to pick himself up an invis room for all his troubles.
Oh, and he pops it straight away, so he might try and make a pickup on you on the Disruptor in the jungle. Going to try and scout that one out. Situ going to go and jungle for himself. We'll have a look at the top farm. 22 on Spectre, 11 on the Timbersaw, who Juljan is going to take that away from. Is Narcotic going to stealth up and pop the power? Cogs GV not going to be able to get out of this one. Doing a decent bit of damage, but he's not going to be able to follow it up. Actually, he's doing quite a bit. Looks like Mega Olrama going to TP in here. I don't think, no, looks like Frostbite going to go down on Situ. No, he doesn't actually have enough. Going to throw out the auto attack. Narcotic, will he be taken down here? Astral Spirit not going to pick it up, and Situ manages to secure that one for himself after ignoring his team for a little bit. And Azure in a commanding position at the moment.
Yeah, Mega just coming in there, TPing behind the tower, forcing that Elder Titan to go a completely different direction than he wanted to. Helping pick up the kill right there. Crystal Maiden's been just basically walking through her own entire jungle, trying to kill off creeps where she can, when she can, and basically helping out her team wherever they can. And here we go, we have a look, and Elder Titan's back in here, trying to beat down on this Clockwork once again, but takes a lot of tower aggro for his efforts, and Clockwork's just basically having the time of his life right now. He's managed to pick up 2 out of the 4 kills that have happened, so he's got half the team's kills right now, but he's just going to be sitting on this lane, having a good time. We do see the rune spawning up very shortly. He's already heading to top to see if it's up there, and it will spawn up there. It's another haste rune, so this could possibly be, no, it's going to be guarded by the Disruptor, by the Alchemist right now, so Elder Titan's going to be picking that one up and maybe be going for a gank with it when he decides to pop it.
I was waiting for Sidu to run up and do a cheeky little auto attack to get it away, but he's not going to manage to get that off. And despite Narcotic doing a good job on the Clockwork, net worth shows that Eminem's actually worth 600 more than both the Clockwork and the Spectre, who's doing quite well for herself. Just managed to surpass the Clockwork with the 2400 gold. Last hits still looking not the best for the people around the map. So Eminem, he's once again doing very well on the farming. We'll have to see if he can make more of an impact than he did in the previous game. As GV's not having the best of games. I didn't actually look at his net worth. He's still worth more than the Nature's Prophet and the Timbersaw. Juljan having a very tough time. He does have the Chakram now, does have 2 levels in the reactive armor. Looks like he may be headed down to gank at the bottom lane, possibly. Haste Rune going to be popped by the Elder Titan, as Nature's Prophet going to pick up a kill on the Disruptor down at the bottom lane with the help of Narcotic. As
it looks like we have a gank going in there. Crystal Maiden will go down. Timbersaw rotating in as well with the Alchemist, as well as the the Elder Titan already there, and it looks like Nature's Prophet managed to pick up the 2 kills down on bottom lane, picking up the Nature's Prophet as well as the Clockwork. Looks like they just stuck around too long on that low HP and basically got themselves killed off.
Okay, so just like that, YMC back in the game, double kill on their Shadow Fiend, and a successful game down at the bottom. Timbersaw, played by Juljan, is going to be very happy with that one, managing to get a bit of income for himself to go with his XP. So, we'll have a look at the net worth, 3,900 on M&M. He's 1,000 gold richer than anyone else on the map. Early level's pretty good, and of course Shadow Fiend has a massive amount of AoE damage with the Requiem of Souls. He's got 1,600. I'm wondering if he's going to go for a Mithril Hammer. He's got the Ring of Aquila and his Power Treads. He's heading back to base at the moment. Not sure what he wants to pick up, as we can see Cogs going to go out from Narcotic. He's going to catch CV out here, body blocking his way out. Crystal Nova goes off. Illusion Rune going to be popped, but Narcotic instantly it's actually Situ who picks that one up. Kills the right one instantly. This ward up at the top going to get vision from the Rocket Flare, take that one down. Meanwhile, the Shadow Fiend picked himself up a Ogre Club, so he's valuing the. I guess he wanted some health and
BKB.
Yeah.
Nothing surprising. Early BKB on a Shadow Fiend, nothing surprising coming out. And you just have a look how quickly he's clearing the creeps right now with those Shadow Razors. Level 4 for Shadow Razors. So much damage, just 2 Razors, especially this early in the game before minute 10. Just being able to beat down. And it looks like he's going to be going down on this tower as well. And the Treants are coming in to try and do. But Shadow Fiend's going to be able to rip apart these Treants very, very quickly with a couple of Razors. There we go. Instantly goes down. Gives him a big amount of bonus farm. And
GV's in trouble in the mid here, Rag, as Sidhu's going to stealth forward, get the frostbite on. Cog's going to go off. Absolutely nothing he can do there. Cog's going to be worked on by the tower. Not going to be able to do much there. Telekinesis just to finish that one off. Narcotic going to get the kill in the end. Acid Spray goes out from the support Alki, but not going to be enough. Another kill picked up by Narcotic. He's sitting at 3-1-3 at the moment. 2 assists more than Situ, who's gotten himself quite a few kills himself. He has the Trank Boots, has 700 gold, and it looks like they may be headed up to the top lane. Here's Juljan going to pick up some farm for himself. How is Narcotic doing in the farm? 24. He's actually not doing the best in farm, but he's obviously making up for that in other areas. We'll have a look at the hero level here. 9 and 9 for the Shadow Fiend and the Clockwork, as poor XX and you sitting at level 3 on the supports there, vastly behind the rest of the game at the moment.
Yeah, this Timbersaw has been lasting under his tower quite well. He's managed to get himself up to 36 last hits right now. But this is the big issue right now.
Oh, that was a really nice hook shot from Narcotic at max range. Pops the double damage rune and going to actually be kill stolen from the Nature's Prophet, who manages to pick that up with the Wrath of Nature. That was a fantastic hook shot. I'm glad I picked that one up. As Mega, is he going to be able to TP out in time? No. There's way too much damage there. You going to last hit that one, which he'll be pretty happy with. Manages to get himself a whole level. And yeah, excitement all over the map, Rags, as it looks like up at the top lane. Clock's going to pick up the kill on Timbersaw with the global rocket flare. As Miggle probably would have preferred that one for himself, but whatever. He's actually sitting at 3k gold at the moment. I'm wondering if he's going to go for something like a Radiance to get the Haunt damage going on.
Radiant Spectre. I miss Radiant Spectre.
And there's some other item I was looking up because I was really interested in it.
Diffusal Blade.
Yes, that was the one.
Diffusal Blade. So this is either going to be a straight Relic or a straight Diffusal Blade coming out. We do have Crystal Maiden. She is coming down into this bottom lane right now. Will be glimpsed right back out from this tower. No issues there whatsoever. Someone else TPing in, but the tower will go down. Shadow Fiend will destroy that. Shadow Fiend having some amazing farm right now. He has himself 160 damage just basically without any damage items whatsoever. Just because of all the extra damage he gets from Necromastery. He has picked himself up that Mithril Hammer now. Only about 800 gold away from picking up the rest of the BKB. But we do have Clockwork. He's walking back into the mid lane. He's got himself a point booster, so Aghanim's coming up for him. And it's going to be quite an early Aghanim's just basically because of how many kills he's been getting around the map. And he's been roaming quite well. Got himself up a hook shot right now. Going down, picking himself up an illusion room down in the bottom river. and I wonder if he's going to be going around for a gank somewhere.
Oh, the smoke of deceit was popped by Azure, but Eminem backing off at the perfect time, going to take a Crystal Nova to the face, but he is much too tanky for that to go anywhere. The Disruptor going to pick himself up a smoke of deceit for himself, to try and get some stealth ganks going on himself. Omega, he doesn't have his teleport up for another 30 seconds. Going to get the push on at the top as Timber Chain going to go off from Juljan. I think he knows that teleport is not available. The Alchemist and the Disruptor going to come in, and Timbersaw manages to pick that one up for himself. Omega much too out of position there as Clockwork going to activate himself an Illusion Rune. Go scout out with one of those as he comes in. There's a level 5 Alki and a level 5 Disruptor there. I'm not sure if he decides to go in. Sidhu has picked up the Freezing Field as Rocket Flare going to go off. Timbersaw could be in some trouble here. He's going to Timber Chain his way out. Narcotic picking up the, knocking off the Rocket Barrage. There goes the Static Storm and the Kinetic Field as Narcotic going to be glimpsed out of there. Nature's Prophet going to kill the Alki. Juljan falling very low. He's actually going to end up falling. That was fantastic from Azure. They turn that right around, and it ends up being a 3-for-0 with the action in the mid. No, Rubik will end up falling to the Earth Splitter, but still very well done by Azure. They're going to get a tower out of it as well.
Yeah, they should definitely get a tower out of this, which will even up the towers quite nicely. They're really far ahead right now in the kill score. Just that Shadow Fiend they've really got to worry about down on that bottom lane. He's got himself 103 CS already, so he's becoming a big issue. But he's one of these heroes that needs a lot. And there we go. We do have a Sacred Relic up already on Miguel, so it will be a Radiant Spectre that's coming up. We do have a Timbersaw coming straight in. He will actually miss the Timber Chain. He gets himself locked back up, and Crystal Maiden getting absolutely annihilated. And we do have, there we go, we've got Nature's Prophet. He's trying to TP himself out. He will be able to get out of there just in the nick of time without too much of an issue. Will pick himself up his treads now, so he's going to be quite happy with that. And we do have Clockwork. He's got himself a haste rune down in that mid lane. But doesn't really want to engage on that, even though we have Rubik up here, and Rubik is going to be very dead if he sticks around too long.
Yeah, he's going to have to get the heck out of there. Doesn't have any spells stolen for the current moment. YMC, they're doing a similar strat to last time. They're letting Eminem farm right the heck up while they try and create some pressure. They do have that bottom tower down. They're going to be working on the tier 1 now. Teleport goes off from Mega into the trees, so we could see the engage come through from Azure. It's currently a 3v4. Teleport going to go off from Crystal Maiden, so it is evened up. Wrath of the Ancients going to come out. Juljan going to be telekinesis up in the air. XX not going to be able to do anything here. No, he's going to Timber Chain his way out, and Alchemist manages to pick up Rubik. Sidhu going to channel the Freezy Field but fall as well. Mega getting very low. He has a support Alki with his ultimate popped. Oh, nice block with the trees. That's actually going to stop him going down. There's Disruptor. Picks up the Clockwork. Ends up being a 3-for-1 in Azure's favor. Easily could have been a 4-for-1 if not for the quick sprout from Mega, but that was definitely not what Azure wants when they've got a Shadow Fiend farming as well as he is. Miggle down at the bottom lane. He has the Haunt available. He's not going to use it. Tier 1 at top going to fall. And we'll have a look at the gold is definitely in YMC's favor now by at least 2,500. So the XP almost even. We'll have to see if they can translate, of YMC that is, if they can translate this into a mid-tower, get the map presence they need for Eminem to come in and start doing a lot. Looks like the bottom tier 1 could be going down as well, Rags.
Yeah, it looks that way. We do have an Elder Titan down there, though. He is trying to defend it off, and he does have an Illusion Room to do it as well. But Spectre TPing out right now. It looks like Crystal Maiden's getting chased down right now by the thing, but Chakram, stolen by the Rubik, actually just sends it straight out and goes, nope. No way you're getting through here. We're going to slow you down. So Chakram being given away actually to a Rubik is a big deal because it's not something that costs a massive amount of mana. I mean, 25 mana per second, 150 initially. But Rubik's one of these heroes with a pretty good mana pool to start with. He's got himself some mana boots, so he's going to be able to throw that out and use it whenever he pleases.
Oh, at the bottom lane, this is just like what happened in the first blood. Narcotic going to catch GV in the cogs as Mega going to fall very low. Does end up falling. The Wrath of the Ancient's going to go out and not do too much. XX going to be stunned up by his own unstable concoction. Radiance has been picked up by the Spectre Miggle now, so his illusions will burn, doing a lot of AoE damage in the fight. So, We'll have to see what that transitions to. 1-for-1, all things considered. And how do you think the game's going so far, Rags? There's more towers down for Azure, but they're doing better as a team, I feel.
Yeah, but this is where Spectre's going to manage to get himself out of control. He has a Radiance now, which means he's going to be able to farm quite freely. Wouldn't surprise me if we saw a Yasha come up on him next, just so he has the bonus attack speed. And then usually you go into something like a Heart, just to get it. But Elder Titan picking up a Clockwork down in bottom lane just there. Yeah, with the help of the Alchemist as well as the Disruptor.
He's going to be very happy with that one after the game he's had.
Oh, very much so. Basically, he's been getting beaten down pretty hard by that Clockwork all game. Got the support. Like, Elder Titans died 7 times out of the 14 deaths that they've had so far. So half of those have been all the Elder Titan, just getting caught out by that Clockwork a lot of the time and getting beaten down very harshly. And it does look like Crystal Maiden down in this mid lane now, trying to farm up a little bit, get some experience up.
Eminem, will he teleport out in time? He will indeed. Gets the Spectral Dagger on him as well as Mega teleporting up. He's going to be pretty happy to get out of that one alive, I assume, as he's now in the mid lane where the aforementioned Crystal Maiden played by Situ was recently. Citrus the Great has been using the Chakram very well to get the counter push going on. Does have a circlet for himself, going to be going, I think, for the drums of endurance. Meanwhile, up at the top lane, Miggle going to continue farming. He does have Haunt available, so he's able to join the fight if he needs. Mega won't have teleport for another 15 seconds, as Juljan going to be frostbited up next to the enemy's secret shop.
And buying his Bloodstone from it.
Oh, well, there you go. Hopefully this Timbersaw actually knows how to use it.
Well, it is, but I mean, sometimes you just silence, so you can't really figure it, like, get it out off just in time. But it does look like they're going to be going for a push now down on this tower. In the meantime, we do have Spectre. He does have Haunt up, but he's got his Radiance. He's moving down into the tier 2 at their own bottom lane, and he can take this out quite quickly if he really wanted to make a push on it. But he is going to the secret shop now. What's he going to buy himself? A Vitality booster. So he might be going in for an immediate heart, or maybe this is just some extra damage, some extra health just for now. Just to help him out a little bit, but he hasn't picked himself up his phase boots or some sort of treads, any other sort of boots right now. He's just sitting with treads 1, sorry, not treads 1, boots of speed. Just basic movement right now from the Spectre.
Yeah, so he transitions to the mid, gets a little bit of damage on that. Teleports are going to go on at both the top and mid tower. So the aggression successfully defended from Azure. The tower taking about 60% of its health in damage. So not the best trade-off, but they are managing to get a lot of pushing going on from Miguel's, who, like you say, has picked up the Vitality booster. Not sure what he's going to go into with that. Probably
That's a heart for later.
Heart? Okay.
That's a heart for later.
He's going to need... what boots do you reckon he should get? Would he get Travel, or is that kind of redundant?
Usually it's phase boots on a Spectre, especially earlier on in the game. Just to give him that extra bit of right-click power, but he does have...
Oh, Narcotic gonna land a very long-range hook shot there. Although he's going to be glimpsed out. Wow, you barely saving himself there. That was close.
Yeah, very close. Oh, and we do have a Haunt from Spectre right now. He will get killed off in the base right now. He is running around the map basically trying to attack everyone he possibly can, but not early enough on that Haunt to try and kill off that Disruptor. If it was any earlier, it probably, with burn damage from the Radiance, probably would have ended up killing him, but just not quite quick enough. We do have Elder Titan as well as Timbersaw standing around in this mid lane right now. Just looks like they're trying to hang on, try and figure out exactly what's going on, see where they can go, see what they can do. But down in this bottom lane, we do have Nature's Prophet. We do have a TP out from the Shadow Fiend, and it does look like they're going for a push down into the mid lane. Shadow Fiend, and now with the Yasha up, as well as that completed BKB with the Ring of Aquila and Treads, he's going to be quite hard to take down, plus the amount of damage he's going to be pulling out from everywhere is just going to be ridiculous. But there is a smoke up, and it looks like they're moving over towards the enemy Ancients. Actually, Roshan. And Rocket Flare's there already waiting for it. That's unfortunate.
They're going to wait till it times out and then potentially start up on the Roche. Although Azure are in the position to deal with it. Is Haunt up? No, it's not up for another 45 seconds, so there will be no porting in. Nature's Prophet, does he have the teleport up? He does indeed. Looks like Astral Spirit going to be used over the wall, and that is a very nice opportunity seized by the Young Money Club guys, going to get an Aegis onto their very farmed up Shadow Fiend, which they'll be pretty happy with, not to mention the 1,000 gold they get from that. So Haunt is 20 seconds off, and looks like Miggles is going to continue to push on the top lane. YMC going to be annihilating the mid tower, get it down get it down fairly low in a very small amount of time. TP's going out. Will Miguel be able to get out? He manages to dodge the Timber Chain's going to be sprinting through there. Will he get the TP out in time? He does indeed, and he will not be glimpsed back.
No, he didn't. Oh, that was close. That was so close. I saw the glimpse animation go off from Disruptor, and I thought maybe, but there we go. We do have the phase boots up on Spectre now. So he's got the bonus movement speed as well as the bonus damage that comes from that. So he's going to be hitting quite hard right now. I mean, he's got himself, what, about 150, 160 damage? 159. Plus or minus 10, of course. And it looks like he's heading down now into the bottom lane, but there is a Shadow Fiend down here. I'm not sure if Spectre's going to be able to take the Shadow Fiend on 1v1, especially with that BKB blocking all the Radiance damage that Spectre can do. And Spectre with only... Oh, he's got 3 points of Desolate right now. He's going to actually be able to do quite a bit of damage to M&M right now. 3 points in Desolate, a bonus 50 damage, and you just have a look at it. The slowdown's going down, and it looks like he's going to be trying to get back into the trees. He is. Haunt goes out. He's going to try... Yes, there we go. Pops the Aegis of the Immortal now with the Haunt from the... illusions, and he is just still hiding in here. He's going to throw out another dagger. He's going to go as low as he possibly can so no one can find him, and TMT himself back out to base. So that Aegis of the Immortal they were hoping for a big push, not going to be able to do it. And Rubik, bye Rubik.
Goodbye. That was really nicely done though to pop the Aegis, because it means the next team fight will be a little bit easier for them. Elder Titan going to get himself a double damage rune, as Nasus Prophet, being the annoying wank that he is, pushing up at the top. Mid tier 2 still sitting at about 60% of its health, going to be pushed down. Shadow Fiend is joining here, so Eminem going to be tearing this apart. Chakram and Acid Spray going to be annihilating this creep wave. Glyph of Fortification going to go off, but I think it's only delaying the inevitable at this point, as we have Miggles down in the bottom lane, still has 60 seconds on the Haunt, which... it's definitely worth it to pop the Aegis, but it means his global presence is diminished for now.
Yeah, we see the Shadow Fiend. He's going back down into the bottom lane again, and I mean, Spectre can go jump on him again, basically whenever the hell he wants, and not have too much of an issue of it. But I mean, he does have that Radiance up in the phase boost, so much damage, and Desolate now 65 bonus damage if the enemy has no allied units nearby. So that's a lot of damage that can come out from Spectre very, very quickly. Wouldn't surprise me if he got himself something like a Yasha next, basically because it's going to give him the bonus attack speed, and he can hit quite a few more times with that Desolate.
The movement speed will definitely help him keep up as well, which is something that he will indeed want. So we'll have a look at the difference in gold earned. YMC 75,000, 7,500 in favour. If they had 75,000 over, they would be a little out of control. XP also in YMC's favour. Looks like Elder Titan has both the components of a Black King bar in his bag. The global presence of Azure continuing to assert itself here. They're trying to get the bottom tower down. Interestingly enough, the mid tower is fairly healthy for the YMC guys. I guess Narcotic, he was more interested in PvPing rather than trying to take that tower down. Mega going to Shadow Blade his way out. Oh!
In right now by Necrolite, and it's not going to work out for him. He completely missed everything, but we do right now have Crystal Maiden trying to come in. Haunt comes in as well, and will it be enough right now? No, there we go. We do have him going down. We do have a glimpse back from Disruptor. I think that was on the Spectre, so Spectre's completely out of nowhere right now. And this is going to transfer into a push down mid lane. They might be able to actually get a Rax from this. We see Spectre, he's running back right now. Does have the Shadow Fiend down here in mid lane, who also has himself up a Manta Star right now. But that mid lane, yeah, they're just going to transfer right now onto that bottom lane. Or every hero's down here right now. Basically, they want these outer towers so they can take full map control.
Okay, so it looks like Mega's up at the top lane, not going to do too much for his team though. Every member of YMC is here, apart from Jewel, who's chasing down Miguel, manages to miss the timber chains. The unstable concoction gonna go off and hit XX in the face. So Mega, mate, no, it looks like the teleport's going to go off. At the very least, he saves the tier 3s of his base, although the only tower outside of their base at the moment, this is Azure, is the tier 2 at the top, and it's almost full health. Gonna be... No, it's not regenning, okay. I didn't know if they regen or not. And they got to find some way to deal with this Shadow Fiend. The glimpse from the Disruptor is making it so when Miggle or who's the Nature's Prophet, Mega, try to get into the fight, he's ready with the glimpse to make them get back out, and Miggle wasn't fast enough to port to another illusion. So it's going to be interesting to see if Azure can get the fight that they want, because I feel like their AoE damage would be pretty out of control if they manage to get a fight where the Spectre is in the middle of them.
Now we have Spectre now. He's got himself 3k gold right now, and I'm wondering whether he's going to be saving up to try and get that heart, try and get that tankiness about him, or whether he's actually going to go for something that's going to give him a bit more damage, like the straight Manta style, possibly. He can afford up the ultimate orb as well as the Usher just about right now. And it looks like Crystal Maiden had to disconnect from the game. Pause, disconnects from the game, and she will be back in a second.
Okay, so...
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. So this game 3 is getting pretty exciting. The only one kill in YMC's favour. We'll have a look at the items. The Aghanim Scepter has been picked up for the Clockwork played by Narcotic. Are there any other items of note? The BKB is on GV? GV, yes. Is on him now. Ag Scepter picked up by... Oh no, I already said that. There's nothing else really of note. There's a Bloodstone on Juljan, which we've already talked about as well. Medallion of Courage on the Alchemist. Has his Boots of Speed along with Juljan. And Quarterstaff going to be picked up by Eminem. So... what does that build into? Let's have a look.
That's a
oh, butterfly, right. Oh, and he already has the Talisman of Evasion. So he's going to be going very crazy.
Yeah, I think he's a little worried about the right-click damage that can come out from the Spectre right now. It looks like they're finally going to be able to get themselves that tier 1 tower down on bottom lane. Get himself another tower. I can't remember who said it, but someone always said is that a standing tower is just gold you haven't got yet. Always yet, because you're eventually going to get it in the game. But it looks like they're going for the tier 2 tower down in bottom lane right now. And in the meantime, the tier 1 tower in mid is going down. So they're going to be able to take 2 towers right now. And it looks like possibly 3 for the trade of 1. But the TPs are coming back right now. And we do have already a wall go straight up. Clockwork smartly tipping in well away from everything. There we go. We do have Crystal Maiden popping out. Everything. Tower has gone down in bottom lane as well, so that's another tier 2 tower. So that's a 3-for-1 trade in towers right now in the favour of Azure. So being able to get that, they did lose a lot of damage on their tier 3 tower, but they have repulsed it right now, and they're all TPing back down. And Nature's Prophet running away, trying to get himself in behind the trees. He's going to teleport himself out. And Disruptor, if only he knew how close he was to that Nature's Prophet. No idea.
Well, the Treant going to be taken out by the weak but stacked Ancients camp there. Illusion Rune in the bottom part of the river. Roche has not yet respawned, but he is getting closer. It looks like the pings are going out from Young Money Club to go to Roche, but he's not
He should be respawning in a second.
Oh, isn't it random?
2 minutes. 2 minutes, 30 seconds. 32 seconds.
Okay.
So the 8 minutes just run out. The 8-minute timer just run out, and yeah, 3 extra minutes, so... 2 extra minutes, my bad.
Yeah.
What the hell am I talking about? It's a triangle.
Yeah,
triangle thingy that puts you off all the time. But they are dewarding around Roshan right now, just to get rid of all vision that's possible. Puts the Astral Spirit up on the high ground. Doesn't really give you vision. Don't know why he did that looking for wards. But,
Swag factor.
Yeah, swag factor. YOLO.
Okay.
YOLO so much. Why did I just say that?
Miguel up at the top lane, continuing to push. His Haunt is available. Looks like Mega, they really want to try and get some pressure back onto YMC after getting the push on. Looks like Eminem going to be teleporting over to the top. Instantly, Shadow Blade popped by Mega, and Nigel just going to sprint his way out with the phase boots. No response from YMC. They have managed to separate them for the time being. Roche getting closer and closer to respawning. And I mean, if you're all clumped up in the Roche pit, Clockwork and Niggle are gonna Clockwork and Spectre are just going to be doing so much AoE, not to mention the freezing field. So YMC...
Spectre, Nature's Prophet Ultimate, you've got Freezing Field by Crystal Maiden, and Rubik Fade Bolt plus whatever he steals. It's just absolutely ridiculous the amount of damage that can output clumped up in one area. Full Shadow Blade now up for Shadow Blade. Butterfly done up now for Shadow Fiend. He's got himself quite a bit of farm, so it wouldn't surprise me if we saw something like an MKB come out from one of these heroes, if it's the Spectre or maybe the Nature's Prophet even. He's got himself a Sheep Stick now, so if he does sheep that Shadow Fiend before he gets into BKB, that Butterfly will not work. The Sheep Stick disables all evasions from like Butterfly or Heaven's Halberd or any of those sorts of items. So not good if he manages to get himself sheeped very, very well, especially if he has someone like Spectre beating down on him who has a full heart and radiance as well as those phase boots. And Spectre quite tanky. Wouldn't surprise a Manta style to be coming out from him very shortly as well, so he can have illusions just beating down on towers and no one being able to stop him basically.
Yeah, so the push from YMC going to be in full swing at the bot. Looks like Azure are trying to pull them away from their base, but it's not going to do too much. The illusion's going to be annihilating the tower here. This is going to fall very quickly. No, the glyph of fortification going to go off. Citrus the Great going to pay for it with his life, but the tower is remaining for now. Meanwhile, the teleports go out from as the Requiem Assault's going to go off. Eminem is on a killing spree. Clockwork instantly respawns as... Is Niggle going to pop the horn? He actually already did. Eminem going to be falling very low. He has a Scythe of Fires on him. And a lot of damage going to come in from the Spectre, followed up by the Crystal Maiden. Iconic going to be locked in the kinetic field. But the Nature's Prophet is teleporting Mega. Will he be able to get it? Oh, nice hook shot comes out. And that ends up being a... Was that a 3 for 4 in Azure's favor?
Yes, because the Clockwork bought back. I'm pretty sure the Nature's Prophet bought back as well.
Oh, okay.
During that, so it's a 4 for 4 trade basically. And in the meantime, they did lose their tier 3 up on that bottom lane, but they have taken a lot more. And this is just Roche for them now. They actually get themselves a free Roche coming up right now. So Nature's Prophet going to be able to beat down on this. Spectre's pinged out a bottle drop somewhere. Oh, there is a bottle dropped. Would you look at that? Drop down on the ground, and Spectre coming in now onto Roche, and he's going to be able to beat down quite heavily on Roshan, and he's got himself up that heart, so quite tanky. He's able to tank up anything that the Roshan tries to pump out to him, and yeah, free Roshan to Azure, and this is what they need to really try and get back into this game.
Yeah, definitely going to help them out, and of course Miggles on the Spectre going to pick that one up for himself. Once he actually reached the M&M on the Shadow Fiend, he was doing like 40% of his health in an attack, and I don't think that was even with Desolate proccing. So, and
it was.
It was? Okay.
Trust me, it was. Because Shadow Fiend was all alone, so there was nothing he could do there. And the Yasha has been picked up by him now as well, so he's hitting hard.
Oh, it's wow. That's Desolate's a shorter range than I thought.
Yep.
Okay.
Only a 325 radius, so very, very small around the Spectre. It's around about like, oh, it's not that small. It's like that.
Some nice picks you draw in there, Rags. So, Miguel, he does have his horn available. When I was reading a guide, it said that most Spectres will opt for more stats rather than points in the horn, as Timber Chain going to be dodged here by Mega. Smoker Deceit picked up by the Disruptor, who of course is played by you, as him and his fellow support XX going to be trying to clear out the Ancient Camp here, which is triple stacked, I believe, and it's tearing them a new one. Oh, it looks like the Chemical Rage going to be able to tank that one up. Blink Dagger has been picked up by the Alki. His Grievel's Greed not giving him too much, obviously, as the Flare going to go out. Mega is going to teleport his way out. Force Stuff picked up by the Elder Titan. That could make or break the next fight, obviously.
Oh, and Eminem down in bottom lane, being caught out right now by the Spectre as well as the Nature's Prophet. And Spectre still getting that bonus movement speed. And the hook actually just misses. And Spectre doing massive amounts of damage down here. And the teammates are coming in to try and help out. But it will be enough. One rocket flare, and Spectre gets glimpsed back by the Disruptor, getting a freebie coming straight out. But here we go. We do see Nature's Prophet getting stomped down right now. Unfortunately, that Astral Spirit does not give vision, or else I know exactly how low Mega was right there, but this is going to be now pushed coming down onto their bottom lane. They want to take out this tier 3 bottom, and is there buyback on? No, there's no buyback on the Shadow Fiend, so this is what the push is for. The push is to either force a buyback or take out the bottom tower. There is no buyback left, so this should be a bottom tower coming in for Azure and basically a counter. Or they're just going to move into the mid lane and take out the tier 2 there.
Okay,
That works too.
so they're taking the safer option. They're obviously able to take that one out. Mega teleporting up to get it. That was a key pick off for Azure. 25 seconds until Eminem gets back up. He almost got out, honestly. I think it was the last second flare that managed
Yeah, the
to
rocket
pick
flare
him.
by Clock.
Yeah. He just suddenly, like, I thought he was going to get out, and then he just suddenly disappears, and there's a with the rocket flare. So, I should get a job as a sound effects artist, I think.
Oh yeah, for sure. Definitely. All day. But we do see a Helmet of Iron Will now on the Shadow Fiend, as well as the thing hit respawns. Morbid Mask has come up for him, so he's going to have a little bit of lifesteal coming back into him. Elder Titan sitting there. Down on the Spectre, will stomp him down, so Spectre I don't think will be too concerned by that. It does very little damage to him, and the heart heals him straight back up again.
Plus he has
already.
Aegis.
Yeah, and he has Aegis of the Immortal, so it wouldn't surprise me if we saw Azure try and go high ground here before this Aegis runs out. How long until that runs out? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Very shortly.
Very shortly? Okay.
Very shortly.
Well, it'd pop up if it said it only had a minute left, so it's obviously got at least a minute. Shadow Blade going out from Mega as he disengages there. Double damage rune in the top part of the river. It looks like Narcotic is heading over to pick that one up for himself. Gets a entire BKB from the courier, so that'll be helping him out. Citrus the Great has himself an Ogre Club with his 4-star. Doesn't have any ability stolen at the moment. Miggle has the Haunt available, and it's going to be spam pushing it down between his Dispersion and his Radiance, doing a lot of AoE Manta style. That is they pop Radiance as well, don't they?
Yes.
Yeah.
Your Illusions on Manta Star also have the Radiance on them, so there's going to be illusions everywhere. Spectre basically burning everyone and anyone down that he wants. But we do have lots of work coming out. We have Crystal Maiden popping down a ward, and she's in a lot of trouble right now. She's going to be picked up. Glimpse back in now, and she will drop the Freezing Field. Unfortunately, she won't be able to get that. The Dremetrue Sight's actually dropped in the corner there, and I don't think YMC saw it. Yeah, they did. They see the gem down there now, and Spectre trying to use that the Spectral Dagger to try and go up and over, trying to get it. They know where he is right now. They know he's hiding in the trees. He will be force-staffed out, and he has to get away. We see Timbersaw using that Timber Chain, trying to get in there, but not going to happen. And, yeah, XX best manages to stun himself. Good on him.
So, holding on to that a little bit too long. Push by Nature's Prophet up at the top. Instantly going to disengage there. Not sure if you saw it, but Miggle was trying to farm up the Ancients and... no, not the Ancients. And he was trying to farm up the camp, and then Wrath of Nature came and stole all 3 of them, which I found pretty funny.
Yeah, damn those Nature's Prophets and their Wrath of Nature. Pain in the asses. But we do see a full Assault Cuirass just being flown out now to Mega. So he's going to be hitting even faster now, and that negative armor, what is it, -5? Yeah, 5 reduction armor, the aura on the opposite team gives a lot back, and then another 5 armor to the rest of your team. Can do quite a bit there. Rubik also managed to pick himself up an Aghanim Scepter, so any of the abilities that he steals, don't think many of them are Aghanim Scepter upgradable. I'm just doing the Static Storm is, definitely. Aghanim Scepter upgradable on the Static Storm, but we'll have a quick thing. And Reclaimed, and it looks like Spectre's Aegis is going to run out. 3, 2, 1, gone. Yeah, so the only Aghanim's ability that he actually has is the Disruptors right now. So I'm not sure if that's actually the best pickup, because we haven't actually seen him steal that at all during this game.
Does it do anything like increase the duration he keeps the spells for, or is it purely the upgrade?
Purely the upgrade on other things. Hold on. Decreases cooldown, increases cast range, and upgrades on spells to Scepter level. So
Well,
it does
I guess
decrease
it gives him
cooldown
some
on his
nice
ultimate.
stats.
Yeah, so he gets some nice stats from it. He gets a 5-second cooldown now on his spell steal, and increases the cast range. So the cast range has gone up quite a bit. So a larger range that he can actually pull spells from.
Yeah.
So he doesn't have to get himself into as bad of positions.
Yeah, try and get something from you, probably. Timberchain going to go forward from Jewel, not going to manage to pick up the Spectre, who is very speedy Gonzalez. I'd really like to see Rubik steal the Chemical Rage, just to see what it'd look like, even though it'd be almost useless
Oh,
for
it's
him.
hilarious.
That would be pretty cool. So, looks like Mega continuing to be a pain in the behind. He's going to not teleport himself out just for now. He's waiting for his team to take stock of the situation, as YMC definitely on the back foot at this point. They're just trying to react. They were in control for most of the game, but that fight where Azure, well, I guess where Eminem got picked off by the members of Azure, looks like Satanic going to be picked up by the Shadow Fiends, who's going to try and drain tank his way out of these fights, as there's 3,000 gold on Miggle's Spectre. So I'm not sure if he wants to go for BKB or anything like that, or maybe just some more damage in the Butterfly.
No, usually we just see a hard. It'll probably be something along the lines of Butterfly or maybe an MKB, because that
Evasion is on
yeah,
Shadow
the
Fiend.
evasion is on Shadow Fiend, so he can beat him down very, very quickly. But the trouble is that Shadow Fiend now has that 175% life steal over those 3.5 seconds. So, I mean, you can burst him down as much as you want. The trouble is you're going to have to kill him, and it looks like Neko is in a little bit of trouble here. He's getting caught up. He has been silenced up. He will go down right now. Disruptor picking that one up on the Clockwork. A little unfortunate there, and it looks like it's going to be translating into a push somewhere. But with this Nature's Prophet right now, and the gem has gone out, and it looks like he's trying to chase him down, but with the bonus movement speed that Nature's Prophet has, he's going to teleport himself out, being sprouted in, and yeah, XX is going to end up hitting himself again. But the bonus regen he gets is absolutely ridiculous right at this moment.
Hey, guess who had a short respawn, Rag? Roche is back up. He does have the cheese now, which, well, I guess could be handy for a couple of people. Have a look at the buyback status. Where did I put it? Missing it. Buyback status is not available for...
Oh, and Timbersaw, it looks like he's getting jumped on right now by the Spectre, and in teleports the Nature's Prophet, sheeps him straight up, and this is going to basically go down, and oh no, he's pulled himself straight into the team fight, and he's going to try and stomp down right now, and he will, just to get himself back out. He is in BKB form, but the Alchemist is going to go down. The gem is on the deck now as well, and it does look like we're going to have a little bit of an issue coming in. BKB popped by the Shadow Fiend. Will Spectre be able to get out? He does get himself earned up right now. The heart will be kicking in as well in a second. He's already been hit by that Astral Spirit, so he will not take any more damage from it. It does look like the Shadow Fiend Illusions is just beating down right now on the Rubik. Rubik going to be able to make it out with plenty of time. Sprout goes off on the Shadow Fiend Illusions, and a little bit of a backwards and forth fight. They lost the Clockwork, but they got a good pick off on Alchemist, and Elder Titan almost went down as well. So it looks like a couple of these supports will be going back down, and they really want to push down into this bottom lane right now, but they don't have an extra hero right now. The Glimpse does go off, and there we go. It does look like Timbersaw will take out the Crystal Maiden right now. Rubik getting himself out of there. Buyback comes in from Crystal Maiden to jump down there, and Shadow Fiend is stuck there. He has popped the Satanic as well, but he is frozen up right now. Clockwork having the time of his life jumping down there, will latch in, almost dying to the ultimate passive that comes off, and Spectre now on the chase, chasing down anyone. No one's back down there. He pings out the Tremor True Sight that's dropped on the ground, so that will go back in the hands of Rubik. Actually, Rubik has a gem as well. What the? Just drops that on the ground as well. So now there's two gems just sitting on the ground there. And this is just going to be them pushing down on this bottom lane right now. Nature's Prophet up in the top lane, pushing down up there as well, causing them not to worry about trying to jump back into the team fights anymore, and just forcing them to control him, trying to push down. But here we go. Spectre as well as Rubik down on this bottom lane. It's getting followed up right now by the Crystal Maiden as well as the Clockwork. Crystal Maiden picking up one of those gems. Is the other one still... Yeah, the other one's still sitting on the ground there. The Crystal Maiden picking up one of the gems right now.
That can be the backup one, I guess.
Moving her way down into bottom lane as well, with the Clockwork. So it looks like this is going to be a push on the tier 3 tower down here in bottom. But this Ancestral Spirit is just walking straight out, doing a lot of damage to the creeps. And there we go. Spectral Dagger comes straight out from the Disruptor. And basically, Elder Titan is just a little bit worried. He has to pull away from that. And yeah, we see the Ancestral Spirit go out again, hit all the creeps up, and then basically go straight back. And this should give him around about 90 odd damage if it ever gets back to him.
Yeah.
Radiant's top tower.
Where is it? There now. So yeah, he's got 100 bonus damage.
Okay, so that's pretty decent for him. Looks like,
And Roche.
yep, Roche going to be started up by Azure here. I want to point out in that last fight, Rags, Azure did a fantastic job of covering each other. I think they only had one casualty in that massive fight, which was Setu. And I mean, Mega, he did so well with the Sprout saving his ally. Like Spectre barely got out, went to heal up, and then went behind the enemy, and I mean, got glimpsed back out and just ran back in and annihilated things. So, really well done by Azure there, covering
So
each
we
other's
have-
backs.
Yeah, Aegis of the Immortal on Nature's Prophet, and we have a cheese on Spectre right now, and this is going to translate into an immediate push. Full Desolator right now, sorry, not Desolator, Daedalus sitting right now, and Shadow Fiend's instantly been picked up and thrown back down.
Oh.
He's instantly popped the Satanic, he's massively doing it, he's got himself that butterfly up, and he's just beating down on so many people. Nature's Prophet, Aegis of the Immortal will pop. There we go, we got Spectre, he pops his own Manta Style right now. He's trying to beat down on everyone he can, but massive damage. Pops the cheese, gets all his health back, but look at the damage that's coming out from that Shadow Fiend right now. He's going to be able to get... will the Nature's Prophet manages to pick up one right now, goes into Shadow Blade right now. He will pick up two, and it looks like that Satanic was back up off cooldown. No, he's just getting lots of health back. Nature's Prophet caught in right now. The hook goes in. And will he manage to get out of here? And it looks like the Alchemist just managed to run away, and Disruptor picking up the kill on Nature's Prophet with that Thunderstrike, and Clockwork in a lot of trouble right now. He will actually hook himself back out. He's getting disrupted straight back. He's going to be taking a lot of damage from this Shadow Demon. Will be able to get out. No, he won't. The hook, Timber Chain back in by Timbersaw, picking him up with the Whirling Death and being able to do it. But that's a lot of buybacks that just came out there to try and get it. How many buybacks do we have? We got Shadow Fiend, Timbersaw, Elder Titan.
Megal's the only one with his buyback up.
Disruptor. Yeah, basically every person brought back into that fight without a single issue. And such big cooldowns too for guys like Shadow Fiend as well as the Timbersaw. If they actually get caught out and killed off again, that's going to be game, because basically the cooldown for them on their deaths is just so massive. It's ridiculous.
Oh, looks like the teleport forward from Mega, and then the telekinesis going out on Jewel. He's going to try and Timber Chain his way out. Can he get out? No, he can. Oh, maybe he's tanky enough to actually get out. He will live for now. Now he has a backup Shadow Fiend. Rubik gonna blink forward and throw out the Chakram, but Eminem is here. And holy guacamole, we saw the power of Satanic in that fight, Rags. Eminem got so low, and then suddenly whack, whack, full health again. And then we saw the power of Cheese, but
Yeah.
the power of Cheese cannot go up against the power of Satanic, obviously.
Yeah, Satanic just absolutely ridiculous on that Shadow Fiend there. It just managed, because he hit so hard, it just helped him get his health back so quickly. And Spectre almost has a full butterfly. Actually, yeah, almost has a full butterfly. He should have it up very shortly. In only about 200 gold. So Spectre with a butterfly as well. No MKBs on either team either. So, I mean, just the dodge value that's coming out and the amount of right click. I mean, you've got yourself the Shadow Fiend, who is the big one that you're worried about. And here we go. We have an engagement coming down on middle. We do have Miguel. Miguel's in quite a bit of trouble right now. He's not going to be able to get himself out of there. He is actually going to go down. So Spectre will now finally buy back into the game. He's going to haunt straight back in. He's wanting to do some damage to everyone that he possibly can. And he does haunt back in. Who does he haunt back in onto? He haunts back in onto Shadow Fiend, and he does get glimpsed straight back out. And you have a look at this Clockwork. It looks like he's in a little bit of trouble. Actually, I didn't know you could actually hook onto the Ancestral Spirit, seeing it can walk through you. I don't know if that's actually a glitch or what, but man, that's Ancestral Spirit. But here we go, Miguel versus Eminem once again, and you have a look, and Miguel's just going to absolute town, but we do have, and the hook in, absolutely stunning up, so it wasted that Satanic's time, so it looks like we could have a little bit of trouble here for Eminem, but we do have Spectre trying to get out of there right now. He's going to be glimpsed back into the middle of the team fight. He's in a lot of trouble. He just brought back as well, so that's going to be one massive cooldown. He gets himself to the high ground with the Spectral Dagger, going to be TPing himself out of there, so he does not want to get into trouble. He does get the TP out, but back into that mid lane, it looks like Shadow Fiend is really trying to beat down on this mid tower as hard as he possibly can. Satanic's nearly back up off cooldown, so he's going to be able to have that heal back up in the next fight as well. BKB now on Timbersaw, and this is going to be a tier 3 tower in the mid lane. Spectre's up, Rubik's up, Crystal Maiden, but Spectre can't do it by himself right now. he's going to be struggling a little bit if he tries to do it. He's just trying to basically Radiance burn down as much as he possibly can right now, and it looks like he's doing a big damage. And BKB now pops up. He does get glimpsed away though, so that's going to be fine for him. BKB is now wasted on that Shadow Fiend, so he does not have it anymore, but he still has that Satanic to help him out.
Oh, he's going to get
down,
telekinesis
and
up.
Sheep instantly on Miguel there. Miguel in a lot of trouble. Looks like he gets stunned up again, and this is a huge cooldown. 124-second cooldown for Miguel to come back up. No buyback, and they're going straight through. Bugger the racks, bugger everything. Miguel's down. Let's just go for the GG. They're going to tank it up. They're just going to beat down on these tier 4 towers. They want the win right now. Clockwork is back up, however. Rubik is the only one who's with him as well. Nature's Prophet, a long time on cooldown as well. If they can pick up maybe 1 or 2 of these heroes, they're going to have massive cooldowns as well, but that's the trouble. And there we go. We see Necrotic. He comes jump in. He's got himself a BKB up. Will he be able to take down the Shadow Fiend? Yes, he will. Shadow Fiend, 120 seconds on cooldown. Rubik will be going down as well, but they're just focusing now on the Ancient. Ancient being beaten down. Necrotic, only one there, trying to defend this. They did not take the racks in mid either. It looks like they're finally going to be doing this, because sure, they took out the 2 tier 4 towers, but there's not much they're going to be able to do about it. And Crystal Maiden's coming back up in a second, so she's going to be able to help out this Clockwork. Clockwork now has his hook back up as well. That Aghanim is just absolutely ridiculous. Boots of Travel TP coming in from the thing. They will be able to take out 1 Rax here in the mid lane. The range rack is still standing, and they're not going to be touching it. They're just going to back out. They're going to go for the melee racks on bottom.
Oh, geez, that was absolutely crazy. The amount of survivability that Shadow Fiend had.
Hook in now from Clockwork as well, down on the bottom lane, going straight down on top of this Elder Titan, but Elder Titan pops the BKB, is now slowed right down, and it looks like Clockwork is in a lot of trouble, same as Crystal Maiden. Crystal Maiden will go down as well, and I have no idea what Azure can do right now to come back, but they're not going to give up, they're not going to do anything. It looks like Nature's Prophet in a little bit of trouble, trying to pull him, TP himself out. He should get out, yes he will. Gets himself out quite well, manages to get back, and the defense signs are coming up. Rubik's back up once again, and finally Miguel is about to spawn in 15 seconds time, so he's going to be able to get out here and try and help, try and stop this push that's going down. They've been in this base for over 2 minutes now, but a Desolator on top of the Nature's Prophet now, beating down on this Timbersaw, doing so much damage, and oh, look at that damage that just went straight out on the Elder Titan. Massive amounts of damage. Haunt comes in now from Spectre, finally back alive. Haunt's in, will be trying to get down on top of this Spectre. Spectre, will he be able to get out? Starts TPing out. Ultimate from Nature's Prophet does end up getting him, and that is not good for Azure. That buyback by Miguel and getting instantly gibbed again was not in his favor. I mean, 130 odd second cooldown, was not able to do it. And we have Nature's Prophet instantly go down onto the bottom lane, takes out tier 3 tower, will be trying to get away. There is a gem right now, and he does actually sheep up. His TP is not up, so he's not going to be able to do anything down here. He will get cleaned up. 100 second cooldown on his death, so this push can start all over again from Young Money Club. And now I can take a breath.
Oh, that was absolutely crazy. Azure barely holding on by the skin of their teeth. I can't believe they only lost 2. Oh no, they did lose the 2 racks in the mid, and the melee racks at the bottom. The top inner base tower is actually looking fairly unhealthy itself. Eminem is back up now. Butterfly has been picked up by the Spectre. I don't know what Eminem's going to decide to go for. He gets the Demon Edge from the secret shop. Roshan will be back up in a minute, but YMC may try and go for the jugular at any point. Now, I can't believe just catching out Miguel once started that all up. Now Narcotic is going to be caught out after Sidhu goes down on the Crystal Maiden. Narcotic, he's going to try and get out. He does indeed, as Niggle is in the middle of the enemy team. He's fairly tanky, but he is going to fall so quick, and I think that may be all she wrote for this game, Rags, as the unstable concoction going to go on Citrus the Great, but they don't even care at this point. They're going to go straight for the throat of Azure, and it looks like Young Money Club will be the ones taking this series away. They're working on the ancient Citrus the Great. Can't do anything. He tries the Earth Splitter, not going to do too much. Narcotic instantly going to fall. Unstoppable is JV. Citrus going to fall, and that is the entire team of Azure wiped out. YMC going to take away this series after a crazy 3 games.
Just a bit of a
Try casting it.
guys. A shout out there to YMC, taking this series 2-1. Unfortunate for Azure, they tried so hard to keep up in that game. Unfortunately, the buyback from Miguel and then instantly getting picked off again with a 124-second cooldown on his death timer was not good for him. Basically, it allowed for 2 minutes the entire of YMC to basically sit in the base and do whatever they pleased. Nature's Prophet, sure, he was farmed, but he could not do it alone. And Clockwork, he initiates, jumps in with a BKB, Aghanims. He didn't have anything up like a Blade Mail, so when they actually went on him, he went. But there was too many BKBs up. I mean, there was a BKB on Shadow Fiend, there was a BKB on Elder Titan as well, and on the Timbersaw. So basically, it doesn't matter what they did while you had that Blade Mail up, it wouldn't have helped. But unfortunately there for... as I said before, for Azure, they played really, really well. They made it all the way through this competition and nearly made it, got knocked out. Hold on, if you give me a quick second, where did they actually get knocked down? They got knocked down by Can't Say Whips in the third round of the upper bracket. Yeah, third round of the upper bracket. They managed to fight their way through, coming up against Young Money Club. This was for a place to basically come up and try and get it. We already have a few extra little bits and pieces here. We have Can't Say Whips. They have managed to make it through into the grand final. Hans Reborn, unfortunately, couldn't hold them off, but they're sitting there waiting for who they are. The other game in this thing, SYF Gaming versus Team Storm, sorry. I think that game's going on right now. So it will be Young Money Club versus the winner of SYF and Team Storm going up against each other to see who plays against Hans Reborn to go into the grand final against Can't Say Wisps. Shout out to all the teams in this competition. They've been giving us all great Aussie teams doing good work in the Dota Pro scene. So a shout out to all the teams in this, obviously. And who are you picking as your player of the match, Cole?
I have to give it to you on Disruptor. He had so many glimpses that completely turned around fights. I really think, even though Eminem did a great job on the Shadow Fiend, I really feel like you made the difference. What do you think?
I would really like to give it just to the Clockwork, even though he was on the losing team, just to be able to, like the early game all went to the Clockwork. Clockwork did so much damage and he gave so much space to the rest of his team. Unfortunately, they couldn't capitalize on it in the end. A little unfortunate there for him, but a good effort all round.
No, you know what? I think you're right, Rags. Let's give it to Narcotic on the Clockwork. He had some amazing long-range hook shots.
Yeah, but congratulations again to Young Money Club going through. Shout outs, of course, to the sponsors of this tournament, Thermal Take, TT Esports. They're putting on some fantastic prizes for this competition. Also a shout out to the Southern Cross Dota community, as well as the admins who have been helping us run this tournament. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be here casting it. You wouldn't have all these fantastic games to go through. So a shout out to all those guys.
Okay, and just before we sign off, myself and Ragnarok are from GameStar. You can head on over to our Facebook and we upload our VODs there. The VODs for these games will be available on the Southern Cross Dota website. Thank you for tuning in, everyone. Have a wonderful rest of the week. This is Coldblood and Ragnarok signing off.
Bye.